Joffrey, Renly, Robb Stark are all thieves. They'll bend the knee or I'll destroy them.
What was it that made a good king? Was it faith? That was what Aengar I had, an unrivalled zealotry and a zeal that led him to found Andalia and the bloodline of the Sevenstars. Yet his zeal made him staunch and stubborn in his ways, making sure that he would never gain more than what he had from his narrow views, and it made him unable to seize on opportunities and see the worth of the First Men, such as Ambrose had done. Zealotry would give you 100 ever loyal supporters and make 1,000 enemies whose intentions would rarely be known. Was it power? That was what Aengar II had. Andalia took the Vale and many of the Riverlands during his reign, seeing Andalia raised to an apex of power that wouldn't be seen again until the days of his mother. But the gods give and the gods take, and for his power so did they curse him. They made the man lustful, siring bastard after bastard, a man that would plant the seeds for what was eventually the War of the Stars, which brought so much death and destruction to Andalia. Being powerful always came at a price, and power never lasted. Was it to be loved? His mother had been loved, at least at first. She was adored by all in Andalia and praised as a great beauty, but as they had taken from the other rulers, so had they taken from her. What was she so prone to say to Uncle Benfrey? The mother loved all my children, that is why she has taken so many from me. And with death came grief and sorrow, and she was forever warped. The Vale saw the expansion of the Lord Corbury. House Rackes Fyrehands fought, with Rackes Fyrehands having boiled the Lord Rack. Then she had tried to kill his uncle, though that failed. Being loved only got you so far. Without anything else it would be seen as weakness. No, all of those were part of being a king, but none of them was what made a good king. What it was wisdom. The wisdom to see that working with the First Men and accepting their faith was an acceptable one, first preached by Ambrose. The wisdom to fight for more than oneself and one's glory, something that was made evident by his namesake, the legendary Lister the Loyal, and the knowing of what one's duty to the realm and how best to serve it, something that he had been taught by his uncle Benfrey. And what was he? What kind of king would he be? Not one that was to be loved, that he knew. He hadn't cared for who they wanted him to marry. He had been sure that he could easily blossom into love. But then those bouts of sickness that afflicted him, and the loss of his nose that had changed him and everything else, the handsome king that they adored was gone. Now what remained was someone who was forever scarred. Now all only seemed to be interested in what was gaining his favour, except those few friends that he did have. There was only one person that truly seemed to love him. The outrage that had been caused when he brought her home, that was something that he would never hear the end of. Yet she did love him. She had no political motivation to do so, none whatsoever, and didn't see some monster. Nowadays he didn't sleep in the same bedchamber as his wife, instead them sleeping in different chambers, and Eglantine would be at his side. They would whisper on how history would view him, and that was still to be seen, but whenever he was with her, that truly didn't matter to him. But he wished for history to remember him for his wisdom. His skill at arms had finally been proven enough in that last tourney when he had beaten the great Lord Lancer. He may have lost the next bout to the Lord of the Father's Fields, but what followed was something that he would always remember. He had finally received that knighthood that would show the people that he had truly been gifted by the warrior. But what was it that no other king had done thus far? Every king and queen of Andalia has had their achievements and success, some more than others, but each of their reigns would be remembered for something. Then what was it that so few of his kingsmen had done? Something that the histories would remember him for, and make sure that he would prove himself a worthy king. Then he knew. Since the days of Aengar I, no king of Andalia had been anywhere else but Andalia, but there was far more than just Andalia. The kingdom of the Stormlands and the kingdom of the Westerlands were each large and diverse. Then there were the many cities of the Valyrian freehold and the lands from which his ancestors came. Andalos, once the homelands of all Andals. He would see it all, learn more of the world and become better aware, improve his knowledge and make sure that he would come back as the king that was meant for Andalia. He would leave his uncle as regent. The man was more than capable to fill the office. Perhaps this would give him all that he had desired for so long. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Grand Northern Kingdom of Andalia with High King Lister, the first of his name, who obviously we know is very disfigured and in the last episode brought home a lover to his court, which is very interesting as we know his wife isn't overly keen on him, so I don't know what's going to go on there, but it's interesting it has a lover. I never would have thought Lister the type of person like Aengar II, but it kept popping up that he kept having all of these peasant girls at his tents in tourneys, so it'd be interesting to see where that does lead to. At the end of the last episode as well, Prince Aengar came of age to get his adult portrait, another red-headed sibling of King Lister of Lyanna's brood, and as we know now, if we go through, we've got Princess Kyra, red-headed like her mother Lyanna, Princess Rennie, red-headed like her mother Lyanna as well, Princess Alice, our other sister, also red-headed like Lyanna, and now finally Prince Aengar. So there's only Owen left to go, so if he's red-headed as well, Lister will be the only one of Lyanna's brood not to inherit her red hair, and I'm pretty sure when I went on Alice then, married to Pyron Seymour, yes, she has sympathy for the drowned god, which is very interesting. That's no idea how she's picked that up, but that's interesting. It means that the Iron Isles may be starting to form a little bit closer to mainland Andalia, which would be very interesting. Another thing that I've done off screen is give the High Lordship of the Rills to Lord Benjicott of the Rills, which means that the Creeds do go with him, which unfortunately means that he's now not on our council. So we do need a new advisor on the council, as well as a new commander. One thing I did notice, though, when I was thinking after creating the Lord Paramounts was, I'm not going to give the Vale away, but the Iron Islands, and to end all these factions in the Iron Islands trying to go for independence and fighting each other and such, I'm going to give the paramountcy to one of the Iron Islands, and I've looked through them, and Lord Lord Greyjoy, is the perfect candidate. He's actually really good for an Ironborn, like as in a good person. He's nothing like a typical Ironborn. He's got a rulership focus with decent stewardship, and he's erudite, he's kind, diligent, patient, honourable, content, just. He has sympathy for the Westerosi gods as well as shrewd and groomed. It's like, is this guy seriously the son of Lord Reaver Agar II, who we know was an absolute prick? He allowed his ship, the cunt, as we all know, to rot as well, so obviously not interested in that raiding. So I'm going to actually grant him the landed title, the Kingdom of the Iron Islands. It's not actually the kingdom, it's just the Lord Paramountcy, including the lower titles that come with that, which is going to make him like us very much, and because of that I'm going to then make him an advisor to the crown, so that we can keep the Iron Islands under check. But at least now we don't have to worry about all the petty factions, which were just getting annoying in the Iron Islands, to be honest. We'll let them do their own thing. Maybe they will become more Andalised underneath Lord Paramount offer Greyjoy. This will change from King once things tick away. Now has 100% opinion of us, which is awesome. So we have a good friendship with the Isles. This makes sense all over to keep them in line. I'm not going to do it in the Vale because I still want to be able to interact with all these Vale Lords. We do now lack a commander, so let's... we also lack a King's Justice, so let's go for this Harlaw chap. I'm pretty sure an Ironborn would enjoy executing people, and then we need a new commander. Nana Harlaw does have exceptional martial, but she's not actually trained in any commanding. Our wife, apparently, is a very decent commander, which is interesting, but we'll go for Lord Mooton, why not? Get them a little bit involved in the story, and let's unpause and crack on. We're now waiting for Owen to reach age. I can't wait to see if he is also red-headed, just like the rest of our siblings, and the tourney of Oldcastle has begun. After arriving in Oldcastle, the first day of the tourney began in earnest. You tilted against many lesser knights throughout the day, most of whom you unhorse easily. Now, in the coming days, the final round of lists begins, and the opposition shall surely be more fierce. Of course, in the last episode, we did actually finish second when we unhorsed Benfrey Highstar, no idea how, and then lost to Harry and Firehand in the final, which did get us our knighthood, which was pretty cool. We shall ready our horse, and let's see how we do in this tourney. The Tourney Herald announces the competitors in the next round. You've been drawn against Lord Mark Orson. Now, he is a skilled fighter, but he is a lunatic, got gonorrhea, and he's a drunkard, so hopefully we stand a good chance. He does have a son now as well, Gawain Orson, who's got the quick trait. Interesting. But yeah, let's see how we do. The Tourney Herald announces the competitors in the next round. You've been drawn against Lord Mark Orson. You mount your charge and take a lance from your squire and ride to the end of the list, as Lord Mark does likewise. Then on cue, the horses break into a gallop. Steady. Come on, Lister. Let's see if we can prove that that wasn't a one-off. And no, our opponent got the better of us, which is a shame. Will we manage to stay a horse? I hope we can. And Maester Jamie of Moor Green died under suspicious circumstances. Okay, and Sunrise Keep doesn't really concern us too much, quite low down. And yeah, we've been sent flying from our horse against Mark Orson. Fair enough, ouch. So maybe it was just a one-off, but we can always brag about the fact that we did unhorse Benfrey Highstar. I don't think anyone else has managed to do that yet. Lord Mark Orson has been declared the winner, defeating you and eliminating you from the tourney. There's always next time, or we can blame our squire. Which squire? Lionel Redguard? No, there's always next time. So of course we do have our 2 squires now. Danes Rivers, well, he's legitimised, so he should be called Danes High Oak, 13, and Lionel Redguard, who is 14. So they've got about a year, 2 years left of their squireship. We'll knight them if they serve us well, and then we will take on 2 more. Be interested to see which young characters throughout the realm we can pick up next for our next squires. The wall is under assault, and the Night's Watch is hard-pressed to defend it. They have called on the Lords of the Realm to take up arms and aid them in defending the realm from the dangers beyond the wall. Of course, we will get involved, but I'd like to see who you're actually fighting against. Defending against High Chief White Eel. White Eel, nice name. Of the Frozen Shore. Wow, that is actually, like, hardly any land at all. 6,000 men. Yeah, we'll ride at dawn. We'll help out. I don't know if you're actually going to need our help. Let's just call up the Greystark army, the closest one, which is just over 5,000 men. More than enough. Yeah, Lady Pia can lead that with John Hornbreaker and Byam Firehand. Why not? Let's send those 5,200 men to help out at the Night's Watch and see how things go. I don't think they're going to need much of our help. I still want to go on this foreign tour when we do get chance. And King Arthur of the Iron Islands has declared King Arthur's claim on Cape Cracket. No, come on. Let's stop this nonsense. Command to end war. This is the only problem. And he's obeyed. Perfect. Stupid. I forgot that the Greyjoys technically do have that claim still, don't they? We can't go on a foreign tour while we're at war or while we're ill, so we've got to wait for our infection to heal first. That's fine. And Maynard Greystark has attempted to imprison Marwyn Crescent, which is interesting. He has actually managed to do that, which is very interesting. It's a shame, as I don't really want him to die, because he's a very interesting character with his formidable fighting. Hopefully he doesn't execute him. He's been imprisoning a lot of people lately, Maynard, which is interesting. Lord Hugh Royce and Sir Carl Crowners were the next joust in the list, and Sir Hugh Royce was declared the winner. And Lord Benfrey Highstar and Sir Walter of Renwick were the next joust, and Benfrey Highstar has progressed. I didn't know that Benfrey was still jousting at his age. He's pretty old now, isn't he? Oh, something's going on down south. The Stormlands have split. Defending against Lord Lucius of Tarth in war against the tyranny of Storm King Ronard. And he's also disfigured. Seems like there's a lot of disfigured kings around. Isn't the Lannister king disfigured? Yes, he is. And his wife was burnt to death during High King Willard of the Westland's attempt to hatch a dragon egg. Okay, interesting. So, literally, 3 of the great kings of Westeros are all disfigured. What about Dawn? No, he's not disfigured yet. We're the only ones not wearing one of those very annoying masks, though. Lord Benfrey Lassencer and Lord Benfrey II were the next joust in the Till. After many tilts and broken lances, Lord Benfrey was eventually unhorsed, leaving Lord Benfrey to be declared the winner. Yeah, we expect Benfrey Lancer to win, of course. I don't know how we unhorsed him in that last tourney, to be honest. Let's speed things up and get our men marching north. And as victor of the tourney of Oldcastle, Lord Benfrey Lancer has had the honour of choosing the Queen of Love and Beauty, and as always, he has chosen his wife. How many wins is that in tourneys now for Benfrey Lancer? Wow, 3 grand tourneys, 1 regional tourney, and then 3rd place in a regional tourney. That was the one where we unhorsed him. Wow, he's getting into like Stefan Rosehart territory with the amount of victories he's had of late, which is pretty interesting. We'll keep an eye on that. Will he surpass them? It's about time that he started living up to the legend and the name. Obviously, we seen with those traits he's like the most legendary character I've ever had in a series, but he's not really had any feats or accomplishments to back up those traits yet, but maybe now he's finally starting to get them as he gets a bit older. And the tourney of Oldcastle is over. A fine occasion. Definitely a fine occasion. We've been to a lot of tourneys of late. And betrothed can get married. Prince Owen, our younger brother, and his Lancer wife can now get betrothed. Perfect. Yes, let's get that marriage done. Get Owen to hopefully start getting us some more heirs. At the moment, our brother Enger is our heir. I can't see us having a child with our wife anytime soon. Maybe we could get a bastard with our lover, who knows. I am interested to see how that goes. We could search for a smith. I don't really want to do that. And that wedding has been accepted. Arwen Lancer now arrives at our court, which is nice. Let's continue to forward things along and see how things go. How are things going up on the wall? Our army is still marching slowly towards it. Lord Russ of Bear Island has inherited Lordship of Bear Island, another title from Lord Gorald the Just. Okay. He has died under suspicious circumstances. And this is the Bear Island army, actually, I think, up here, which is trying to take land. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Could have some Andalian men, or well, Ironborn men beyond the wall, which could be very interesting. Wow, look at this Umber host. Since when did the Umbers get so strong? Lord Rob of the last half has over 7,000 men. Interesting. Very interesting. And the Glovers have a decent amount of manpower. The Stark's not actually getting involved then, only the vassals. Felina Stark died a natural death at the age of 48. Our army is still marching beyond the wall. Where is the Wilding host that we're fighting? It's the one up here. Let's march on to, the frozen shorelands here in the first lands beyond the wall. Let's just go get them under siege, end this war quickly, as I want to go on that foreign tour. I don't really want to be at war again. Could do with some peaceful times. I think that once Lister has his son and heir, we will probably go for the rulership, for the see the realm prosper focus and ambition. See if we can get that underway. We want some peace and prosperity. Andalia needs it. We need some peace. Clara Wainwood died a natural death at the age of 67. Not overly important, but fair enough. At least we know these little things that are happening. I just want to check, actually, that there's no plots against our life yet again. As obviously we had that strange one a few episodes ago, and it doesn't look like there's anything against us. I do leave other plots because I like interesting things to happen. And I don't like to just auto-end plots. I like to see what things pop up and happen. If it's against us, we may act, but we'll see. Lord Danes the Wise used a favour on Lady Elinna the Vengeful to force them to join all their factions. Interesting. And he is trying to conquer the Belmore land, so that is very interesting, actually. We are losing manpower here, which is annoying, but if we can start getting some of this land under siege, it'll end this war beyond the wall pretty quickly. We've only sent in a pretty meagre force, which will be more than enough manpower. And at the age of 58, your bannerman, Lord Samuel of the Farthest Field, died a natural death. So who is the new Lord Richards? It's Lord Wilbert of Farthersford, he's got decent diplomacy like a lot of the Richards. He is a homosexual, apparently, even though he's already got 4 children. So that's interesting. He's kind, he's chaste. Wow, a chaste homosexual. So that lowers his fertility massively. I'm surprised he's actually managed to have 4 children. He's done very well, to be honest. As well as being a craven, which lowers his attraction. So he's done pretty impressively well. Your infection has put you in grave danger on multiple occasions. The pain and foul smell have finally subsided and your wound looks clean. Perfect. We feel much better. And we now have our crown back on. Apparently, if you've got an infection, you can't wear a crown. But at least we've got it back on. Oh, and Lionel Redguard has now become of age, which is interesting. Very impressive beard for a 15-year-old. I'm insanely jealous. We have managed to siege that land down, which is perfect. But yeah, so he's 1 more year left of his wardship and squiring underneath us. Can we attempt another assault on this? Yes, we can. Let's just get this war over with. At the age of 0, your subject, Lasara Shycross, died stillborn. It's a shame. There's a lot of stillborns popping up and around lately. Let's march onto this then and get this bit of land under siege. I just want to get this war over with, to be honest. Don't really want to be sending men beyond the wall, as we've already said. Let's forward things along a little bit more. At least our wounds healed. So now we just need to be at peace so we can go on that foreign tour. And Alice Lancer died a stillborn. Oh, she was attractive as well. That was actually the daughter of Lord Benfrey. Oh, that's such a shame. Such a shame. Wow, he's got some pretty bad traits now. Old Benfrey the Bear. Drunkard, cough, depressed, stressed. Ouch. Oh, yes. One thing I did notice. Old Danes the Wise, his son, Sir Marwyn, who's married to Tilly Templeton, who is a genius, has now had 2 sons. Samuel Corbury's got the nice start look. Nothing interesting about him, but his second son, Almin Corbury, has been born a genius. So yet again, we're going to have another Corbury genius, which is worrying for the future. We'll keep an eye on him, most certainly. At age 31, your acquaintance Prince Moore of Beyond the Wall was beheaded on the orders of Lord Colling of Northlands. Okay, and it's turning colder and colder. The people of Sevensport can no longer work the fields. Winter is on its way. Let's march these men down into here then and get this siege underway. Hopefully it'll be pretty easy for us to get this underway. Get this over with pretty quick. Where is the Wildling host? There, 5,000 men. We'll march on to those next. Arwen Lancer has arrived at our court. I thought she was here anyway. 0-7. Okay. Oh no, Lord Willem Grafton has inherited Ghoultown, as unfortunately Lord Vardis Grafton has passed. which is such a shame, which means we now need a new Master of Laws as well. Lord William Grafton, who's he betrothed to? Lady Randa of Ghoultown, who's a Bloom. Interesting. So we do now need a new Master of Laws. Let's have a look. Do we have anyone decent? We've got Daenerys Corbury. I don't think so. Lord Templeton. Again, I don't think so. I don't really have anyone. Let's have a look on the fine characters. What diplomats do we have in our row? Tion Erenstar, our cousin. Now, that could be very, very interesting. That could be a way. He's actually got a decent opinion of us. The first Erenstar to not have a bad opinion of us. Let's send him a little gift. Why not? Improve that relationship a little bit more. Who's he married to? A Blackwood. A seven worshipping Blackwood, which is interesting. I wonder, we could make him our Master of Laws. That would be very interesting. That could sway the Erenstars to our side. I am going to have to force move him to court, though, because it's annoying. But we'll do that, and I think I'm going to make him our new Master of Laws. Why not? Yeah, let's do that. So he's now arrived at our court, and we will appoint Councillor. He will be our new Master of Laws, which is going to improve his opinion of us massively. It's time to bury the hatchet. We need to get the Erenstars back on side. So let's now send you to improve diplomatic relations with your brother. Hopefully you can sway your brother to our side. We did make leaps and bounds in that direction a couple of episodes ago, of course, when Lord Riswell and Vardis Grafton went to sort that out, and Master Edmund of Saltpans has formed an alliance with Lord John the Unready. Lord John Seymour, okay, interesting. We have now marched onto this, so let's attempt an assault, get this under our control, victory, and again, try and get this war over with as quickly as possible. A Raven has arrived from the Citadel. We should rejoice as winter is coming to an end. Well, that was a pretty brisk and quick winter for the north, wasn't it? Very quick and brisk, in fact. Do we march onto that host, or do we just stay at the wall and try not to get involved a little bit? So there seems to be some other war going on beyond the wall. Nah, let's just march onto that wildling host and smash them. Let's try and end this. Dear High King Lister of Andalia, during your wife's recent visit to Visseria, we had a great time discussing the similarities between our people and suggest a non-aggression pact for us in the near future. Who are you? Lord Freeholder Esario of this land here. What? Yeah, sure, if that means you're not going to attack us with dragons. What our wife's doing over there, I will never, ever know, but whatever. You go for it. You go for it.
The morning sun rose brightly in the sky, a slight chill lingering in the air. Benfrey decided that morning to ride the outskirts of the city. He enjoyed nothing more than early morning rides on his beloved mare Tempest. He loved how the morning dew sparkled on the blades of grass. He enjoyed inhaling the fresh morning air and the crisp fragrances of wildlife that surrounded him. These rides helped reset his mind. They helped keep him calm and collected, and reminded him a lot of his childhood when he, Titus and Harbert would take similar trips. As the sun began to pan to the centre of the sky, Benfrey decided to head back to the city. With Lister now on his foreign expedition, Benfrey's hand was now entrusted with the governing of Andalia. Later that evening he was due to attend matters of business with numerous council meetings. As Benfrey had arrived back to the stables, he proceeded to dismount from his horse. Grabbing her reins, he led her into her stables for fresh water and hay. He unclipped and lifted off her saddle and hung it over the stable door. As he stood there brushing her down, he received word that a few of the council members had already gathered in the hall. Curious as to why they had met and why they did not ask nor require his presence, Benfrey made his way to the council chambers. The several council members who had gathered were all talking in hushed voices and broke off into an awkward silence on noticing his arrival. They all said that they had searched high and low for Benfrey but had given up trying to find him and instead started council without him. Something didn't quite add up to Benfrey. He went for rides most mornings, and all in the castle knew this. Upon entering his chambers that night after returning from the council meeting, he poured himself a large goblet of wine. He polished it off immediately. He then poured himself another glass. Drinking a large mouthful, he walked over and slumped himself into his chair. There he noticed a letter stamped with the Arran sigil, a letter from his dear lady wife. Opening it, Benfrey realised something was wrong. He didn't feel quite himself. He struggled to read the contents within the letter. He noticed a change in his senses. The lighting had become dull. His eyes struggled to focus as they grew heavy and weary. Throwing himself up out of his chair, he was unable to maintain a standing position. His limbs grew weak and limp, and he collapsed into a heap on the cold stone floor. Looking up, he saw a cloaked figure approaching him. Then, just like that, darkness took him.
Okay, so the war beyond the wall has ended while we were forwarding things along. Lady Jester of Tumbleton revoked the city of Tumbleton from Franklin, which is interesting. So yeah, we can bring our troops home. He was captured by the Knights Watch, the king beyond the wall, so we'll see. Oh, well, at least that's ended. Can we now? Oh, do we have to? Yeah, we can go on a foreign tour, finally. Where do you wish to go on your tour? The trade of the free cities entices me. There are most wondrous constructions in the great slave cities of Giscar. More locations. There are many different cultures in the Jade Sea, the fertile lands of the Summer Sea. Or I want to see the wonders made by man. Yeah, let's go for that. Let's go and see. This will be a long tour. Yeah, let's go and see the wonders of man. Why not? Let's go and see what we can get up to. And off we go to explore the world. I shall return a better man on a quest overseas. Yeah, let's go and see the wonders of the ancient world and see what things that we can get to learn. Hopefully he'll learn a fair bit, Lister, whilst we are away. Let's forward things along. Your wisdom and mercy are legendary. I've been appointed as your regent. I trust you to do the best while we are away, Benfrey. My upcoming quest may be a good opportunity to learn and advance my knowledge. Perhaps I should dedicate my time to a particular field of knowledge. I will learn foreign language. I will draw maps. I will speak with people of different cultures. We gain the trait traveller. I will not have the time for that. Let's learn some foreign languages. Why not? So have we actually gained the trait linguist from that, or do we have to gain it as we go? Yeah, we have to gain it as we go, I'm guessing. But that'd be cool to pick up a different language as we go along. Let's continue to forward things along while we're on our quest and wait for things to happen. At the age of 74, Sybil Stark died a natural death. Our grandmother. Wow, she hung around for such a long time. She had quite the tragic story, bless her. Obviously, King Enger's wife. It just shows how old she is. King Enger died a hell of a long time ago. I think we're on our 4th monarch since Enger II, so that just shows how much time has passed since then. Wow, I can't believe she's lived for so long. Barbara Fenn died of depression at the age of 59, and a son was born to Prince Enger of Andalia and Mina Sevenstar named Malador. Malador Sevenstar. I don't know if I like that name. Oh, something else has happened behind. Let's, I could name it Enger, but no. And if the grandfather is also Enger. Random ancestor, Romand, Hugo. Let's have a look. Theoden, Rogar, John. Let's look for a... What should we call you? Florian Sevenstar. Florian. Yeah, why not? Florian's a cool name. Florian Sevenstar. Lord Regent, Lord Benfrey has made a new appointment to your council. He agreed to Lady Pia's petition to appoint her to the councillors at the expense of Lord Joa II. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. Removing Lord Joa Rack from the council has angered those in your court who supported his membership. Danes the Wise. Well, it's got nothing to do with Danes the Wise, has it? Pirates is the shout you hear all around the dock as a vessel bearing the flag of pirates is spotted on the horizon, sailing towards your ship. It approaches and crashes into the side of your ship. It's a crew of pirates jumping on board. You must prepare to fight. Defend the ship. Let's see what we do. You managed to repel the attacking pirates with great ease. They did not expect you to be so well defended and must have thought you to be some petty trade ship. They learned the lesson the hard way, and we gain a load of prestige from that, which is pretty cool. Lady Bath of the Shadow has inherited City of Fairmarket from Bennett Blaintree. Okay, nothing overly exciting for us to worry about. We'll continue to forward things along and see what we can do. Blessed and putting you in your house. I've been appointed as your regent. Danes? Damon? Why is Damon our regent? What's going... Where's Benfrey? Why is Benfrey imprisoned? Benfrey is imprisoned by Lord Dane... Oh, shit. What's going... What? Whoa. What's going on here? Why is Danes imprisoned by... Why is Benfrey imprisoned by Danes? Florian Sevenstar has arrived at your court. Yes, he was here anyway, though, wasn't he? So, I mean, Sevenstar... Yeah, okay. What the hell is... What is going on here? Oh, shit. Oh my god, please do not do anything to Benfrey. Please do not do anything to Benfrey Danes. I beg you. I beg you not to kill Benfrey. Please don't do anything to Benfrey. How has he imprisoned him? And why? Lord Maynard, the Skin Changer, used a favour on Lord Colling of Northlands to force him to join all their factions. Master Byra for Andalia. Maynard Greystark wants an errand star for... Okay. And Lord Danes is still going for that elective succession in the Vale, which is not good. We do have our crown loyalist still, though, at least, so at least we don't have to worry about that too much. Oh my god. Danes has beheaded Benfrey the Just. No. No. Not but you absolute bastard. Right. Can we imprison him? I'm imprisoning him. Try to imprison Danes the Wise. We have a 5% chance of success based on the relate... Oh no. Going against the will of the council. Don't want to go... Why do the... What? Oh shit. We need a new Hand of the King. I can't believe that Benfrey's dead. I don't even know who we'd have at hand. Our brother Enger. Enger can be our Hand of the King. Just oversee realm for us, please. I don't know what to do. I honestly don't know what to do. Benfrey's dead. Oh shit. And now. Oh damn it, now. I believe one of your vassals will be discouraged. Who's this? Lord Danes the Wise. From a... obligate the vassal. Oh shit, the Corburys are now going to war with the Highstars. He's killed Benfrey and he's making his move for the lands. What is this? Attacking Lord Hugo of the Giant's Lance in the Fingers War for the High Lordship of the Giant's Lance, Lordship of Groves Baron, and the Lordship of the Eyrie. Danis has finally made his move. I'm absolutely shocked and gobsmacked. I think we'll end the episode here because I really don't know what to do. We're away on a foreign tour and Danis has made his move. He's imprisoned and executed our Hand of the King and uncle Benfrey, and now he has been pushed for the Eyrie and the High Lordship of the Giant's Land, pretty much all of the Vale. We can't try and imprison him because apparently it makes us a tyrant, so our council still seems to be insanely corrupt. But yeah, we'll end the episode here, guys. So thank you all so much for watching. As always, I hope you've enjoyed. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, as well as commenting down below. And hopefully I'll see you all very soon for the next episode of the Knights of Andalia.
Danes Corbury walked the walls of Heartsholme, looking over the surrounding land. He continued on until he reached the main gate. Danes looked up above the gate to see the spike which held the head of his longtime rival and former Hand of the King, Benfrey Snow. The bastard had opposed him at every turn, whether it had been schemes on the council or wars for conquest. Benfrey had slowed him where he could, but was unable to delay his inevitable victory. Despite the rivalry they had shared throughout the years, Danes had to admit that Benfrey had been a worthy foe. Looking at the now rotting head gave Danes no small feeling of relief. Benfrey had been an adept statesman and had the full trust of the king. His execution by Danes' hand had been a show that things had changed. Danes would no longer grovel or beg to the king or his council, only taking what they allowed him to. He would show them who the real power in Andalia was. The chance he had been waiting for had finally come. The boy king Lister had left the kingdom to tour foreign lands, which had given him a perfect opportunity to make his move. Danes had sent men to take Benfrey in secret, to deliver him to Heartsholme, where he was shortly after executed. It had been easy enough to provide reason for his actions. It was well known that Benfrey had little love for Danes, so it wouldn't be difficult for others to accept that he had plotted against him. Evidence had been created and distributed to grant weight to his claim. Now he looked out at the assembled armies ready to march. They would soon end Benfrey's legacy and conquer the strongest castle in the Vale. Hugo Highstar was not his father and would be unable to stand against him. He was sure nobody would ally with the boy lord. The fool had tried to find support for his claim as king in Andalia. The council would not look favourably on the boy. With the Highstars gone and the recent death of noted crown loyalist Vardis Grafton, there would be few lords left in the Vale to oppose him. Now the king's brother had been named as the new hand and hoped to challenge Danes. This made him laugh. The prince was young, untested, and did not command the respect that his predecessor had. With the king gone, the hand dead, and the council in shambles,
There was chaos in Andalia, and in this chaos Stannis would take what he deserved.